When XRP takes off and goes to the moon, I believe it's going to take a whole bunch of coins with it. So what usually happens is when a particular crypto does well, people who have made a lot of money and people who are looking to make a lot of money look at the cryptos in the same category as the crypto that's done well. For instance, when Dogecoin did really well, people started to look at Dogecoins. When Shiba Inu came out, it became a great success, etc. So XLM, HBAR, XDC, whatever, they're going to go along with XRP. But there are going to be some tokens that are going to blow up in such a way that people are going to wonder where these coins came from. Now, in the payments category, XRP obviously is leading in terms of mind share, market cap, etc. But there are coins that are micro caps that are also in the payments sector. Most of them are absolute garbage, but some of them are absolutely solid. But because of the nature of how small they are, most people have never heard of them. There's this one token that I got involved with in the last bull market. I actually made something like a 3x at the time because maybe I sold too early or whatever. But people who got involved before me made a lot of money on that token. But it wasn't really the money that was important for the builders of this project. It's one of those tokens that was more based around technological breakthrough, doing things differently, trying to achieve new milestones in technology and crypto. It really got my attention. I was really quite passionate about it. I wrote a whole bunch of blogs for them. I created some videos around it, which are no longer available on the internet. But I was really passionate about this project. I was also one of the only people that talked about the project on the internet. I don't know why people didn't talk about it much, but the mind share that they have is quite low, right? But I think that if XRP blows up, or when an XRP blows up, this is one of those tokens that's going to do something like a 20 to 100x, and people are going to wonder where this token came out of nowhere. You know, when you see a token blow up 100x and you wonder why you never heard of it? Like, this is one of those tokens, right? Some of you might have heard of it, but I'm willing to bet that most of you have never heard of it. That token is called Nimiq. Nimiq is crypto for humans. Nimiq is a unique open source payment system and cryptocurrency. It empowers all humans with decentralized but easy payments. Okay, you can create a NIM BTC wallet in seconds, and every time you create a wallet, you get a 0.1 NIM for free. That is made possible by whales in the ecosystem and the foundation themselves, and just some users. Like when I used to hold quite a lot of NIM coins, I used to also participate in giving away some of the NIM to newcomers. It's just something that the community likes to do, right? So this token, right, what's special about it actually is it is a blockchain that is so stripped down, so minimalist, stripped bare to the essentials, that it's small enough to run on a mobile phone's browser. So obviously, if it runs on a mobile phone's browser, it also runs on a computer browser. So the idea is a blockchain that runs on the browser, or in the browser rather. And because of this, the requirements in terms of resources to run such a blockchain is so small that everybody that has a smartphone could run this blockchain. Can you imagine the decentralization potential of such a blockchain? The idea is that everyone that has a smartphone that uses it for payments is also a node. That would be very quickly the most decentralized cryptocurrency in the world, even more so than Bitcoin. And at this point, it would be unstoppable, impossible to take down. But again, they weren't chasing that. What they were really chasing was bringing blockchain, payments, and crypto to the everyday people, making it as ubiquitous as email or Instagram or Facebook, so that people would just reach for it when they paid for stuff. It also had atomic swaps, where you can basically swap on the go. I remember playing with it when that first came out. There were some times that, you know, the payments would delay. It would take a minute or two. But to be fair, with early technology like that, that was acceptable at the time. Now they've moved from proof of work to proof of stake. So now the blockchain is faster, the technology has evolved, but they're not coming out of nowhere. They've been doing a lot of hard work in the background. Another thing I really liked about it is the team, right? Everyone's fully doxed, so there's no fear of rug pulling or any of that. It's a micro cap, the size of a tiny meme or something like that, but a project that is really kind of academic. There's a lot of people who have contributed to this project over the years that are data scientists, professors in universities, mathematicians. So it's really, really fresh. And it reminds me of when I was at university, like the people that are working on this, the kind of sort of academic papers that people have written about, stripping down the blockchain to the bare minimum, having the blockchain that could run on a phone. And another thing that they did was they revolutionized the way the wallet and key phrase thing works, right? So in a normal wallet, you have the wallet and you get your key phrase. Both the key phrase and the address can be a little bit daunting. Crypto addresses are nearly impossible to memorize, and it's very easy to make an error. Clipboard copying and QR codes have made things easier, but according to their scientific research, and probably common sense to most of you, we are able as human beings to spot an error visually than in text, right? So you can have a text with 500,000 characters and a computer can spot the error nearly instantly, but that's nearly impossible for a human to spot an error between, two pieces of text with only one different character, and there are 250,000 characters, right? That's nearly impossible for anybody to do. A computer would do it very easily. So the cryptographic addresses and keys are very easy for computers to deal with, but very hard for humans. Humans, on the other hand, are much better at image recognition than any computer in existence. So we can look at an image and see that there's a slight difference between two images. And the amount of data that the computer has to process to spot some of those differences is monumental. So they've brought that ability for us human beings to decipher or spot a difference between two objects to managing your key phrases. So this, for example, is an address. As you can see, it's got the key there, and that key is represented by this character. Now, if you were to change the bone on this character's head to a hat, that represents just one character change in the key. Whereas visually, it's a huge change and you can spot that immediately. So let's say, for instance, instead of this being NQ26, if it was NO26, you might miss that visually. Or this 06HJ, if that was 06HJ, you might miss that as well. But that change on this picture, this icon thing, might represent a frown instead of a smile, or holding a little lollipop rather than this star thing, or changing the blue here to yellow. Those are significant changes to our visual processing unit in our brains, but not necessarily for computers. So that was one thing that I was found really interesting, and I thought could be very, very innovative. And if that really caught on, they could actually revolutionize the way keys work across the board. And a project that can do that has the potential to really get the attention of, the likes of Apple and Google. Talking of which, it was expected that if Apple or Google were ever to integrate a payments system into their phones, Nimiq stood a really, really good chance to be that project that gets integrated. Can you imagine if Apple or Google picked this up and integrated into Apple Pay or Google Pay? That would have been explosive. I mean, we would have been looking at something like a 10,000x in terms of the pump of this token. So that drove sort of the hopium on this token, you can say. But to be honest, they've been through the bear markets and they've survived, and they're still here chugging away. If you look at the blog, they're still chugging away. There's a podcast. There's a very vibrant community on Telegram and on Discord. And, they're still producing the same level of content. The team is still working hard and strong, probably because their aim was more to do with actual innovation rather than money, right? So you have all these people who have their own full-time jobs as professors in universities or programmers in other companies or whatever. And they've come together. And some are working full-time also for Nimiq, obviously. It's just so amazing. Meet Nimiq, crypto made easy. As you can see, they've got a lot of content on YouTube as well. You can find their content on X. It's got a really large, vibrant community, usually of young people globally around the world. It's amazing, really. I really enjoy Nimiq. I love the logo. It's simple, it's fresh. I love this color. Just everything about it makes me feel happy. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those projects that makes you feel good. Now, I'm going to do a dedicated video where I go through Nimiq and read the white paper because a lot has changed since the video that I made, because when I made that video, Nimiq was still a proof of work project. Now it's a proof of stake. So a lot has changed, especially with the technology. But things like atomic swaps, browser-based blockchain nodes, all those things are still the same, okay? They've got this roadmap here that shows you what they're up to. Work in progress, Nimiq for Blue Code, Nimiq Pay app for mobile phones. There you go. Looks like they're just going by themselves rather than depending on Apple to implement them into Apple Pay. But again, that's one step towards it actually being able to work on everyone's phones without having to have a wallet that is linked to the node, right? So you don't necessarily need to participate in the blockchain for you to be able to use the token. So it's really exciting. Now, like I said, it's been around a while. It's been through the bear market just like everything else. And the last bull market, it did pretty well, as you can see. I sold a little bit back then to take the risk away from the table. So I sold my initial investment. So I still have Nimiq tokens that are 95% down at the moment, as you can see. Still 95% down from all-time highs. To get back to those all-time highs, we're looking at a 20x at 95%. So that is significant, right? Not financial advice, but it's one of those coins that you can throw just a little bit on, and get a nice 20x. No financial advice, you throw $100 at that. 20x, you do the maths, right? So as you can see, a lot of these overnight success coins are not really overnight successes. People have been chugging away at these coins for a long time. A lot of them have been through at least one bull market. This one has been through two bull markets. It started being completely unknown, some sort of academic project, and developed into this big thing that's now working with companies, payment companies about to release their own payments app, atomic swaps with credit cards, just really innovative stuff. And with XRP about to melt faces, it's going to take coins like Nimiq with it. And I'm excited to see if my old Nimiq coins are going to revitalize to what they used to be. And I might even throw a little bit more into Nimiq. Not financial advice, but we're in the bull market now, so these things are going to happen. Not financial advice, do your own research. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.